Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Asset Ambition Podcast. I'm your host, Mathieu Jacques. Today, I'm hosting an episode with Cedrick Gauthier. He is a real estate team leader for the Real Estate Hub, which is the team I currently work in. And we also had the chance to discuss topics like his other business ventures, a business which is called Agent Ally to provide services to other realtors out there, alongside with why EXP Realty. If you're thinking of being a realtor, this is a great episode for you. We're talking real estate business, we're talking market, we're talking trends, and we're also talking business ventures, as mentioned, Agent Ally, and what we're doing at the Real Estate Hub. We've been going deep into real estate reels and short form content on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. So give it a look and let us know what you think. Watch the episode. Thank you for watching. All right. Hello, Cedrick. Thank you for coming on.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Yeah, our pleasure, our pleasure. So today we'll be starting the discussion talking about the Real Estate Hub, which is a real estate team that we work together in. You are the team leader, and I've had the opportunity to join 2 years ago, just about 2 years. I started in June of 2023.
Almost
and,
already, eh?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Time goes by so
Wow.
quick. Yeah, and so, well, we're a total of 5 that are currently working in the team. Me, Cedrick. We also have Sylvain Hébert, which is also originated from Hearst. All 3 of us are originated from Hearst, and we now have Sean McLaughlin, which is a social media or photographer, videographer. He helps us with doing some content right now. As you can see, we've been more active. You've been seeing on our social medias. And we also have Kim Duquette, which is our admin at the office.
Yes.
So if you want to expand upon
And we also have Mel and Emma that are joining us too.
Of course.
There's coming along. So no, it's been a growth year, I guess. Right?
Yes,
it's,
very much so.
Yeah, from where we are humble beginnings, I guess it's been a little bit different. But no, it's good. It's a different job. Let's just put it this way. Like for me, transitioning from high production to this, like low production, more managing, more trying to grow the team, social media, all the analysis instead, more in front of spreadsheets than in front of clients now. So it's a different job. I enjoy it, but it's a different job. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Now it's like you said, it's more leadership, more managing the team and everything. Mm-hmm. You were used to being you were a salesperson for a good while there. How many years total?
So I was with another team for 5, and then after that maybe solo for 1 year with the idea of creating a team, year and a half maybe, and then since 2021. Yeah, 2021. Well, no. So Sylvain joined me in 2020, right when COVID hit.
Yeah.
COVID hit,
and then crazy years.
Yeah, that was nuts too, because it was the first time that I had an actual employee. I opened the office. Expenses through the roof, no income. You got everything closed for like 2 months, right? And beforehand, I prepped. I didn't focus on sales. I had a 6 or 7 month period. We had 2 closings, and then I couldn't let him go. I mean, he has a family. He just started. I mean,
no, that's it.
It was a stressful time. Had to push through. And you know what? That's a lesson for a lot of realtors too. Sometimes it's just, you know what, jump in. I had no choice. I was all in. Everything was in. And you take the leap and you make it work. You don't have a choice. I had to make it work.
Exactly.
Right?
You'll figure it out.
You figure it out. Exactly. And then Sylvain got his license. RJ at the time joined us. You came in. We had Kim, Sean, now Mel, Emma, and we have another one possibly joining us in July. So it's
it's full growth mode now.
It's full growth mode. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Beautiful. And so if you had to put your finger on it, what do you think shaped your leadership style?
I guess the early at the time when we started the team, I think I tried to lead how I wanted to be led at the time. Right? I like the help, I like the support, but I still like to do my own thing. right? So I never wanted to micromanage. Micromanaging does two things. If you micromanage, this person has to work very hard just to keep you updated of what's going on, right? So at one point, I'd rather you focus on work than focus on updating me.
Updating all the time, yeah.
Like, it makes no sense to me. But the other thing too is, if I'm always on top of you, you don't get to learn as much, right? Everything I do, it's long term. I'd rather you fail a couple times, and then after that, you know what you're doing, and I can rely on you for a very long time afterwards. Like, I'd say I'm a mix of throwing you in the deep end, but I'll give you, like, I'll help you not sink. If you know what I mean.
Yes,
like,
I do know what I mean. I'm
right?
in the team.
yeah, exactly.
I do know what you mean.
That
Yes,
happened
yes.
to you multiple times, right?
Of course.
Like, it's just throw you in the deep end, see how it
Yes.
goes. If you need help, we'll help you.
And that's how you learn. Like, if you're not exposed to adverse situations and situations that need you to create new solutions to those
Yeah.
problems, how do you learn? Right.
Well, and that's it. And like, even if it's Kim, if it's Sean, if it's you, whatever. If one of you come to my office and say, "This is my problem," it almost annoys me, right? It's like, okay, so do you have a solution in mind? How can we brainstorm this, or do you just want me to fix it for you? Right? Because I'll fix it for now, but then you won't know how to do it the next time.
No.
So come with me with a brainstorm, or come brainstorm with me, but don't just ask me for a solution.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Exactly. That's a great way of seeing it.
And it's tough for I think for admin personnel, because they just want to make sure they're doing it right. Right? It's sometimes contract stuff. It's it's like errors in paying somebody or stuff like that, and they want to fix it, but at the same time they want to make sure you're doing it right, because if you screw up once, it's a big problem. It's a line I have to learn to not go through. I guess just do it all, because that won't serve any purpose. But at the same time, it's like you need to figure out yourself as well sometimes.
For sure. Like, I remember, for admins, I can totally understand, because in the beginning, I didn't know much of the paperwork and understand much of the documents, it's very important. If you're going to guide people, you want to know every legal nuance that's in there, and you want to understand
100%.
it be able to explain it clearly. But
bingo, that's what
But
I
I
was going
remember, I remember coming to sit down in your office and telling you, hey, when I'm writing a document, it's taking me hours. It's taking me like half my day here.
Yeah.
How can I improve at this? And your answer was, read the document. You were like, take the time to understand what you are doing, rather than coming to me and asking me how to do it, which it's very respectable, that stance. And sometimes, of course, you need to show how so we understand it. But that's how I learned it much quicker. It's learn the document itself, read the document
that day
itself.
is when it clicked for you.
Oh, yeah.
Because your 3, 4, maybe 5th first deal, it was always like, okay, what do I write here? What do I write there? And at one point, I'm like, just read it, or look at the first one we did. Take the time to understand, not to know how to fill it. I don't want you to fill it. I want you to understand what you're doing.
Yes.
And once you know, because you're doing the same thing over and over again.
Exactly.
Right? And then after that, it's like then after that, you came to me for like special clauses, weird situation. What do you do with
more
that?
nuanced situations where it needs, recommendation, input from someone with much more experience.
Yeah.
But the documents, it's something that every single realtor should take the time to understand.
But I even learned from you on that, because I shouldn't have let it go to 4 or 5 before I did this. So with Mel the last time, so I did it. I did the first one with her.
Yes.
And then the second one, I'm like, no, you do it, and then send it over to me.
That's it.
Start by doing it. I'll review it. Trust me, you won't make any mistake. I'll be there.
Yeah.
But you have to start doing it first. If you don't do it first, it's very hard to learn.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
It's
hard to learn.
for sure.
Yeah. I'm doing you a service, right?
So, what would you say is the hardest part of your job, and what is the most rewarding part of your job?
The hardest part for me is still doing both, because I don't focus for hours at a time. It's not me, but I have some projects I have to focus on and do finish, right? An SOP, whatever. There's so many things right now that we're working to improve through rebranding. But I had to sit down and concentrate and do it. And it's not natural for me to do so. I'm on the phone, I'm energetic, I do this, I do that, I go from this to this to that. But sometimes you just got to sit down and do it. And the problem I have is that I have still clients that are calling me. I still have you guys that need stuff, that have questions, that because the projects I'm working on, you guys are involved afterwards. So it's just it's consistently this
bouncing
and that.
Through
exactly,
so
and it's ruining my short focus, Yeah. So I have to go back, and a few years back, I was better at it. I was closing my door, putting do not disturb on my phone, and so I wouldn't be disturbed. I have to start doing it more. Like I started more now. I put my timer on. Okay, 45 minutes.
That's it.
I don't care unless the building is falling down. Nobody talks to me, and then it moves forward. But it's. Yeah, I think that's the hard part for me because I enjoy these projects and it's rewarding to see from where you were to where you're now. But the number one most rewarding thing is when we bring somebody in, where they start and where they're at afterwards. And like you and Sylvain are the perfect example, right? Sylvain, he started, had no idea, was an assistant with me for a year, got his license, and now he's taken off.
Just amazing. He's doing amazing.
We can not talk for 4 days, and I know it's going well.
He's got it under control.
Right?
Yeah,
exactly. So like Sylvain was the first one, so I guess it's an easy answer for me. But even for you, right? I feel like every month we hit under the plateau.
Yeah,
right.
I'm learning as much as I've ever learned in the last 2 years. Yeah. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. Like it's like I'm absorbing so much information that's valuable.
Yeah, and you have to. And you have this one gift that you're actually you work hard, right? You have a good work ethic. So work ethic and want to learn in our business, you'll do fine, right? Anybody listening, if you want to get into real estate, work very hard and make sure you work on you.
Yes.
You'll have success. That's the number one thing.
Agreed.
Then the rest will come. Yeah,
I agree. You got it. So let's talk about another business venture that you have. So the business is called Agent Ally.
Yes.
And can you expand upon what's its core mission and what the goal of that service is?
Well, at the base, basically, it's to help real estate agents with doing stuff that sometimes hinder your work, right? We're all paid, real estate agents get paid on doing 5 actions, right? It's prospecting, showing homes, negotiating contract, listing appointments, and following up with clients, right? It's these 5 things.
That's what gets us paid.
That's what gets you paid. That's what gets you clients. That's what gets you deal. Everything else is just a byproduct of it. But you don't get paid by doing it. You don't get paid by finishing your paperwork, by replying to your emails, none of that matters, right? So basically, the idea of Agent Ally is so that people can outsource some of their of the stuff that they're stuck doing. And what happens in our business, most of the good realtors, it's an odd personality because you're good with people, you're good with you're following up, you're doing transactions, but that type of personality is terrible with paperwork.
Yes.
Right? Like I get my paperwork, I do it properly, but I hate it, and it's always here, right?
Oh,
like
always
just,
in the back of the mind.
Yeah, and that's what the problem is with our business, right? Paperwork is just one of the issues that we're trying to solve with Agent Ally. But essentially, what happened? So 3 years ago, I kind of burnt out a little bit, and I was like, you know what? What am I? My thinking time is in the car. So I just drove around for like an hour. And I'm like, what do I not like about this job? Because I love it so much. Like taking a client from you're unsure. They don't know if they want to buy, if they want to stay in their home. You take them from the journey, start showing homes, then they buy it. They're all stressed out because they need to sell their home. They sell their home. Then you meet them in their new property with their family in it. Like it's rewarding.
It's
right?
so
like
beautiful.
If you haven't been in it, you don't know.
Yeah.
I like that. And I'm like, why is it draining my energy? But it was all the freaking byproduct of the business that I didn't like. So I'm like, you know what? Here it is. I made a list of everything that I was either not good at or didn't like doing, or was not generating me money.
Yeah,
right?
that you'd like to delegate ideally,
Yeah,
pretty much.
exactly.
Yeah.
If you can delegate to somebody that is not a realtor,
Yeah.
right? Do it.
And
Anything
you
that's
don't need
real
to-
estate, I'll do.
And you don't need to break the bank to do so either.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what-
exactly. So then, so that was 3 years ago. So I developed, I guess, a good admin system for all that kind of stuff. But now the idea was just to take it out to the other realtors. So it worked for me. Like it works for many people. Like I'm not the only one in that field. But the business venture of Agent Ally, I think, goes to the next level because the problem with admins is you have to train them, you have to pay them full time. If it's slow in the market, you're still paying them, right? So a lot of people don't want to take that on because it's a stress they don't want. They don't want to manage people. They like doing their own thing, right?
it.
But what we do is we'll just take care of the small things you don't like, still do it. You don't need to train us. We're experts. That's what we do, right? So I've partnered with Sarah Landrio. She's basically she's been in the real estate field for years. She's built up systems before. She's been doing transactions. She's managed people. Like she's been she's a godsend, to be honest with you. Any agent that works with her love her. So we've partnered together, and essentially I chip in with my real estate experience to explain what we need, and then she goes over and take care of clients, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. And it's all a service business pretty much.
100%.
And so for realtors that may be interested, maybe watching, how does it work? Is it you pay per transaction? You
Yes.
pay what, you know?
So we're going to have different models eventually because we have phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. We have a ton of ideas.
Of course,
right?
it's a new business.
It's a new
right?
business.
Started
beginning of the year. Yeah, beginning of the year, early 2025.
Okay.
So right now it's pay per transaction. So basically, you firm up a deal. All the paperwork is your clients have signed. It's done. You send it to us, and the idea is you don't even have to. You'll never have to look at it again. We'll do
Really?
your trade. We can take care of some documents for you. If there's a mistake, if there's an initial missing somewhere, if you forgot to write Schedule B in the APS, stuff like that, we'll send you an FYI. Hey, this is a mistake, and then we contact your client. We take care of it. You won't have to deal with it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, we can send documents to the lawyer ahead of time, because the broker sometimes is a bit later, so we can do it ahead of time. We can.
And us realtors, while that's being done in the background, we can keep doing what we love.
And
being
what
on
gets
the
you paid.
road, showing homes, doing follow-ups, like you said, what gets us paid.
Yeah, exactly. That's the idea.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
I like it. And so how does Agent Ally complement or tie in with us at the hub? Is it...
As of now, I guess it's completely separate venture because the services that we offer with Agent Ally, like the listing documents, all that stuff, we already have with Kim.
That's it.
Right. So as of now, they're completely separated. And like if we didn't have Kim, obviously I would hire Agent Ally.
We'd be a client.
Yeah, exactly. Like we'd be a very good client.
Yeah.
But it's just, Kim, she's good. We like her. I mean, it's just, it will always stay this way. But once we get into phase 2, phase 3, phase 4 of other things, then maybe, yes, we will, we will maybe incorporate a little bit of two. But the difference too, though, it's with the way that our personal real estate corporations work in Ontario, you can't legally generate income in, like, for example, the real estate hub other than from your brokerage paying you commission
Okay.
from the deals.
Okay.
Right? So let's say we close a deal, EXP gets paid from the lawyer, and then EXP pays us, right? Like that's how it was. It is. But it's the only way that a personal real estate corporation can generate income. So if that was a problem at the beginning. I was trying to.
Both could not be tied. You needed to.
They can't be
start
tied
another
legally.
corporation. Okay.
Exactly. They can't be tied legally.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure we could figure a way that, like if Agent Ally gives the real estate hub services like an exchange of service, so there's no charge.
Yeah.
Like for example, if we start Agent Ally, we want to do feature sheets for listings eventually that we're going to charge for, but Agent Ally doesn't have the systems for feature sheets, but at the real estate hub we do. We have the commercial printer.
Yes.
Right. So we could pay the real estate hub.
Okay.
But at the same time, not pay because we can't, but maybe Agent Ally does another
An
service for
exchange
free.
of services
Exactly.
to one another.
Exactly. So
Okay,
I'm
so
sure that's,
two entities,
but it has to be two entities. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Okay, and now let's talk about what we're doing at the Real Estate Hub right now.
Yes.
So we're working a lot on social media content. I'm sure some of you guys have seen our videos. We're doing great with them, actually.
Yeah.
It's really doing great, and it's been fun. It's been a learning curve, though. We're working right now with our photographer, videographer that follows us around pretty much, and we can do a bunch of content. We've been trying to dabble into the more funny / entertainment side of the content.
Yeah.
And I mean, in terms of how it's doing so far, for the amount of time we spent on it, it's going great.
Yes. And that's it's fun to see that we have fun doing it.
Yes.
Right? Like it's just, I did one that we're going to post probably by the end of the week, basically. And it's summer. This one is not a funny one or anything like that, but it summarized what I feel we're doing right now. Basically, I was doing a listing video. It was in the country. It was really like a serene place and all. And then so when I did the listing video, I'm chopping wood. I'm lighting the fireplace. Reading a book in front of the fireplace. That type of stuff. So my client filmed the videographer making the video of me.
Okay.
And basically, the video is going to be like point of view, 11 years in, and still find it unreal or something like that. And I can't believe this is my job or something like that. Right?
Yeah.
And in the past month, with all the changes we're doing, that's how I feel. I feel lucky. How many people after over a decade still loves what they do, right?
Not many.
Exactly.
Unfortunately.
It's
That's really unfortunate.
Unfortunate. Yeah. No, for sure. And the entertainment videos that we do, these are the ones that work the most. Right, we get more action, we get more comments, more likes, more all that stuff.
That's it, exactly, and that's why people are on there on social media, like you say often. It's for entertainment. It's not to be shown houses left and right, open house posts left and right all the time. It's for entertainment.
Yes,
and that's what we're kind of do. That's what we're doing, and we're kind of tying it into the real estate business at the same time. Keeps it entertaining, keeps it fun for everyone.
Yeah.
For us filming it and for the viewer.
Well, yes, and eventually it translates into leads. It translates into clients eventually. And social media is a long-term game. Anywhere that you study and you take whatever course you want to take, that's what they're going to tell you. You can't do one good video and then boom, you're making money. That's not how it works.
No, definitely not. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why having Sean with us full time, long term, is going to be so beneficial, because now Sean is overworked with a bunch of different stuff because we're rebranding. There was with the builder, the work he was doing, and that'll all be done soon.
That's
right?
it. And once that is done, like all we have to focus is pumping out great content.
Yes, and I know teams that are 10 times the size that we have in terms of agent count, and more than 10 times. I don't know anybody that has a full-time videographer with them.
Me neither, but I can imagine that within 5 years, like this may be the norm.
Because I know it's gonna work.
That's where we're at.
Yeah.
That's
for
where
sure.
it is, and
for sure.
If we're early on the trend, theoretically taking more risks, more reward in the end.
100%.
So we'll thank ourselves.
Yes, I don't. Maybe I take. I don't have. I'm not scared of risk. Let's just do it this way.
Me neither.
I try things. Yeah.
Sure. It's important. Just one life. Just one life to live. That's one rule I live by. I say that pretty much every single week to my girlfriend. It's important to remember that.
I agree.
So let's talk about the platforms we're on. I mentioned it in the intro, but so we now have a TikTok, which is performing great at the moment. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram, and we're also on YouTube. On YouTube, we have our listing videos there too, but we're doing much more short format content right now.
Yes.
And, the handle is The Real Estate Hub. And, so we've done all our digital rebranding. The profile pictures have been changed and everything. It's a lot of changes, like you said.
Yeah, well, it's... The people think, oh yeah, pictures, you have to do it, but it's more than that. It's the physical copies of everything, right? Our folders, right?
Yeah.
Now we're redoing our link tree, so we need the QR code of that link tree. But there's so much stuff that we want to add that while we're in it, Let's do it properly. So, redoing a folder that you think would take half an hour now takes us 3 days because we're adding, changing, we did it properly. Because now you order a bunch, you're stuck with them. It has to be done properly.
Got to be perfect.
We redid our signs, the directionals, the open house signs, the toppers, everything. The sign on the building.
And filming 3 videos a week during all that.
And selling, we're at 54 homes so far this year. It's been busy.
Yeah,
when you think about it.
Yes.
It's been good.
Yeah. My first full year last year was a total of 24 deals that I've done. And now we're mid-March, mid-May, and I'm at 14.
Well, there you go.
So, 10 more, and I'm past what last year was in a year, right? So
exactly. And you're ramping up. You're currently ramping up. And your initial target, 31?
34 this
34,
year.
yeah.
So
it seemed really far-fetched, but at the same time, you're on track.
I think it's doable.
You're on track.
I think it's doable. Yeah.
Everybody's beating their targets for this year. So it's with targets that seem far-fetched too for Sylvain. Yeah. Same for him.
Yeah.
Right? So no, it's been a good start.
So what successes and challenges have we faced so far with our digital transformation or much more content like that?
A lot, because we're doing everything at the same time, and that's what makes it hard. And you talked about leadership style too before. I don't view the real estate hub as Cedrick's business, right? Because if it becomes Cedrick's business for too long, ambitious people like Mathieu are going to leave eventually, right? So it has to be our business. That's how I try to do things. It's we.
Yes.
It's never like you did a video, you did I. I'm like, that's not going to real estate hub. I never say I in my video. Yeah. It's always we.
That's it. Because I had to correct that.
Yes, exactly. Because we're a team.
Yeah.
But what happens when you do the rebrand and all that stuff, the new things we're trying to do, I try to include everybody, but it takes twice as long. I could have sat with Sean in my office probably and do it in a couple of days. We'd be done. But 2 things wouldn't have happened. You've given me input that is good. So we're putting it. So I'm glad we asked, right? But also, if you have no skin in the game, if you haven't worked on it, it's tougher to have ownership of it afterwards, right? So I want you guys to be involved, right? And sometimes it's funny with Sylvain, he doesn't care as much. He's selling homes.
Yeah.
He's taking care of his family.
That's it.
He's enjoying life. He doesn't want to be involved in all the small stuff,
that's it.
And this is okay.
Doing good for himself.
Correct. And you know what? I want him to sell homes. He's selling homes. I'm very happy about it.
He's at that stage in his life, and I want to take part in it. I want to do more content, and I want to team up with Sean and get my input valued, and and it's a great opportunity you've given us.
No. So that's been the challenge because it's there's a lot of stuff, and I'm an over planner by nature. Like I'm a perfectionist to a fault. So I'll be a perfectionist by trying to have everything perfect, but if it's not perfect, I just won't finish it. I just won't do it. I won't complete it, right? And that I've been heavily reading and taking notes in the Atomic Habits book. And the one thing they mention on that, so I'll just tell the anecdote. So basically, it's not an anecdote, actually it happened for real, the University of Florida. So there was 2 groups of people in a class. The teacher said, it was in a photography class. So they said, first group, you're solely graded on the number of quality pictures that you take. If you do 100, you get 100. If you get 80, you'll do 80. You'll get an 80 mark. But you're graded on the quantity. And then the group B was you're only graded on the quality. Just want one picture, but the best picture you can do. If it's good, you get 100. If it's not good, you get 0 or whatever, the ranking system or the point system. What he didn't expect was that the best pictures were in the quantity group, not the quality group. Because the first group overanalyzed, they tried to make everything perfect, but they never learned.
Yeah.
They just did one. They never learned. This group over here realized after the first one, this isn't working out. Then the second one came better. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, right? And that's been my problem. So for me, that was an aha moment I got this year was stop with the quality, go with the quantity, and the quality will follow.
You must act.
You must act.
Must
It's
act.
the action that's the problem, right? It's not the motion. It's not the book, what they call it, motion is the prep and trying to get everything together, but the action is what gets you
And
there.
I'm more on that side. I'm more on the action side, and I'm less attentive to detail. And it has its downsides, it has its upsides. But I challenge you on that front sometimes, and I make you feel uncomfortable.
And I need that. I need that, right? And we how can I say that?
We won't thrive in comfort. I think that's what you mean by
no.
We need that.
We
right?
need that. Oh yeah. That's exactly what I meant. Yeah. So I'm the perfect example. If I get comfortable, nothing happens.
Yeah.
I'm good to go. I'm at a point that the job that we have, I don't have as many clients after me all day long. So I could just stay home for the next 2 days and nothing bad would happen.
Yeah.
Right? I'd be okay. I don't have a boss over me. Nobody's going to, or I just say, hey, I'm sick and I stay home. Nobody's going to question it. Right? So it's, I need to make sure I'm uncomfortable, because if I get too comfortable, I don't want to work.
Yes.
So by you putting me, challenging me in getting out of my comfort zone, it works. And I did a video last week of just me randomly dancing, and this is going to probably come out next week. Whoever, you're going to laugh at me when you see that video, but that's not me. You're not going to film me. And it's not like I practiced it either.
That's it.
Right?
To push yourself there.
I just said, screw it, let's go.
Do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I started it, and we got 3 takes, because the first one I have to do a movement and just it didn't align, so we had to redo it. But I didn't do it because I looked like an idiot dancing. Right? I just did it because the timing of what we're trying to achieve had to work. I guess you have to see the video to understand. But But I didn't question how stupid I looked, because that wasn't part of the equation.
On that topic, I think that's why, or I know that's why I've learned so much in the last few years. It's because I'm constantly uncomfortable. It's not the easiest.
Yeah.
It's not the easiest. It does take a toll. I'm a person that takes it to heart by time, quite a bit. But God, it's paying off by learning experience.
And every time it happens, right? You sit down again. Hey, you understand how that happened? Yes, you understand. It's not just what happened. I try to get you to understand how it affected you and why it affected you, right? Because we're going to have these discussions all the time. We're going to have bad deals. They do happen, harder deals, negotiation with agents, or I get frustrated for whatever, and then I'm rude to you. It's not something I do often. It's not in my nature, but sometimes it happens, right? Yeah. And it's just how we're going to deal with it. Come and see me right away. Hey, you were an asshole. You talked to me this way. Yeah, it's true. I'm sorry.
And that's when
we move on.
Exactly. And it's when you face those uncomfortable situations, that's when you learn.
Yeah.
That's when everything clicks.
Don't keep it in. Don't keep it in.
Yeah. That's it. That's a big lesson.
Because every time we do have the talk, we're always good after.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
Always good after. We just need to have the talk.
That's it.
Because there are two sides of things, right? You see one way, I see the other way, and then we put it together and we're good to go.
Yeah, because we're both pretty busy and on the go, so a lot of things on our minds, and it's hard to read each other's mind if we don't talk to each other. So let's talk eXp Realty now.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about the brokerage and how, it's a very interesting brokerage for prospective new agents that may want to join.
Yes.
What should agents consider or know about eXp Realty in your opinion?
Well, the first thing, I think you should consider everything, right? Because I guess I might be biased a little bit, but I believe that if any agents truly does their homework, truly does their homework and look at every single option and detail of every single brokerage, I don't see how you don't come to eXp. I just don't. Right? Unless you know somebody there at another brokerage or you have connections that's different. I get that.
That's it. And you have a mentor that you already trust and everything.
Yes. For example, for you, if I would have been with Remax when you started, you would have been with Remax.
Exactly.
Because
I don't have
me.
That's it. Exactly. I didn't have many other contacts in that world, and I knew I didn't want to do that in Hearst either. So I had to go.
That's
with
it.
some people.
So that's one part that obviously there's nothing we can do, and I actually get it, right? But if you look at everything that eXp offers, the model first of all, is based on agents only. There's no franchises with us, right? So whether it's a Remax, an Exit, Royal LePage, whatever, you have a franchise owner. So every building has their own franchise owner. So not with us. Not with us. There's EXP and all the agents, right? In Ontario, we're at what, 2,800 agents right now?
Yeah.
There's broker of record and then everybody. Everybody's equal. Everybody does their own thing. But also it empowers us we have more flexibility in what we want to do. So for a guy like me that wanted to open the office in Limoges, I could do it. Cost me $0, right? Well, I pay for everything, but there's no franchise fee.
No,
there's no limitations too, right? Like there would be if somebody would open, like they wouldn't let another EXP office open right across the street. But I mean, there was nobody in Limoges. Yeah, open an office.
Why not?
Everybody's happy.
That's it.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's one part of the model.
And franchise fees are not to be overlooked either. Those are very expensive.
Yes.
Yeah, just to be able to have a name of a certain brokerage.
Yeah, 100%.
Or, for my parents' case, a name of a certain hotel business.
True.
I'm aware of how costly it is.
yes, and that's a forever thing, right? Like
Yeah,
royalty.
exactly. Well, it's a 15-year contract in the hotel world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the other thing too that I like about EXP is just the way the fee structure is, right? There's no big desk fees every month that you got to pay just because you're with EXP, right? There's no if you add the cost of the caps, cost of the fee, we're very, very competitive as well. And so that's one thing. Like for me, before I learned everything that EXP offered, that was the first thing I looked at. Because I called myself a free agent, right? I looked at everything. And all that I had was spreadsheets of all the costs and, plus and minuses about what the brokers offered. But I didn't know anything about EXP. But then when Chris messaged me and we met, like, EXP was ahead, but not by much. But then started explaining all the benefits and how it worked. And I was like, oh, okay. And it added up, right? There's so many things. And it's impossible to do this in the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
But pretty much all the services you're looking for, they have it, right? Whether it's a rev share, whether it's the stock that you're given.
Yes. Stock buying at a discount, actually.
Yeah.
And every commission if you opt into that.
Yeah.
There's a virtual office where you can go sit down in a virtual office with your broker of record. Sit down there in their office. You see an avatar in front of you. You ask them questions live on the spot by a professional that's there to recommend you and guide you if needed.
And there are many brokers. That's the difference too, because EXP Ontario, for example, the number of agents that we have, you can't just have one broker.
No.
Right? So there's many of them. They have different shifts. So at no point do you not have anybody to call.
Yeah, do you not feel supported?
Yeah, I have a question, log in the world, go see that. This morning I had a question regarding the co-sponsorship program. I didn't know who to call. Walk in the world, talk to this person, it's like, hey, this is what I'm looking for. Perfect. They grab you and they bring you to the right office. Then boom, I was in front of Julie. And Julie, hey, Cedrick, how can I help you? Oh, I have questions about the co-sponsorship program. Oh, perfect. I'm the person. Go for it. Took me a minute and a half, and I had everything solved.
That's perfect. I'd have a hard time naming another brokerage that could manage it as well.
Yeah, or like the new Fast Cap program that EXP has. This is unbelievable too, right? So beforehand, basically, we had to, like, you came in as a new agent. I had to train you from start to finish, right? Now, we'll still do it. The support is still there, but it's a 6-week program given by pros at EXP. Hundreds of people are doing it. It's an accountability program. It's a task-oriented things you got to do. They practice scripts. They practice a bunch of things. It's a 6-week intensive program, and you come out of there and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
You've already called a bunch of people. You already have clients. You're ready to do business.
And to put the watchers into perspective, I mean, I started 2 years ago and that program was not available, and now it is. So that's just to show how much EXP is expanding their services they're giving to their realtors. Like, this is great. Some training that's being provided like that, intensive accountability as well. Like, that's things that realtors need. We don't have specified hours. We don't have, a specific schedule. When you're starting out, you're having a hard time to manage all that, and you have a lot to learn. So if you have a guide like that, it's really good.
Yeah, and like, so in Montreal, at EXPCon, the top producer mastermind, the CEO of EXP was there, and he was asking like the top producers there, like, what kind of training systems you have, and then he was like, wrong. Like, use FastCap. It's free for all agents. Stop doing the work. That's what we do. Send them to us. We'll train them for free.
That's why you
bring them
joined
to us.
EXP.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for the support.
Yeah. And
100%.
many other reasons as
Many
well.
that we can't cover today, but yeah.
So we're limited in time. I want to cover a bit of the market, but I also want to talk about what EXP1 is while we're actually here in the EXP1 office, which is located in Ottawa on Catherine Street. And well, this is one of the services that we get actually from being in EXP1, using this podcast studio once a month for free. If we're a realtor that is in the EXP1 office or
the group,
group,
for sure. So it's basically for free. You get you can film one episode like once a month. You get an hour, and it's edited for you, ready to go with reels. It's actually pretty cool. That's for free. That's with our group. Don't overestimate the fact that we're a bunch of good guys and girls. Obviously, we're very mixed and diverse group. So it's so much fun to be around these people.
Oh, yeah.
And we're not just people that recruit through EXP. We're actually high producers. The number of big teams, the number of icons is just, I don't know how many icons we are in this office, but we're many.
Yeah.
Like many icons.
As a starting realtor, when I was starting, we have bi-weekly meetings here, and like, it's such good value. I get to be in the same room as realtors that are icons, like you said, that are top producers in the business, and I get to learn from them
for free.
Like, this is for free. Yeah, just got to make my way down here in Ottawa. Like, this is tremendous value for a beginner realtor.
Yes, and that's it. A lot of people in this office, and I'm not talking about me here, like a lot of people know what they're doing, and they will take your call. If you have questions, they will take your call, right? If you're stuck in a bind or whatever, they will help. How many requests on our messenger group do we get? Hey, can anybody do an open house for me this weekend? There's always
can
people,
someone cover me for a showing? One person will hop in. Like,
Correct.
it's
a cool group.
It's just good collaboration.
Yeah.
It's fun to be affiliated with this group, and bunch of opportunities coming out of here.
I completely agree. Yeah.
Let's talk about the market, the trends, and the opportunities we're seeing right now. So what are the current real estate conditions for the market in the Ottawa region?
Okay, how much time do we have?
We got 10 minutes left.
10 minutes, okay.
I want to ask you the signature question.
Okay, right. Okay, because this could take a long time.
Yeah,
right?
that's it. We'll have to summarize it.
You know me when I talk about the market.
Yes.
But essentially, we're in a balanced market, in my opinion, right? We're in a balanced market. I feel like in some areas in town, we're more seller because some places are hotter, but it's a market I love. It's so much fun because we had the COVID times. Oh, homes were selling fast. It's good, but it's hectic. And not everybody can buy a house. It was very stressful for the buyers, even for the sellers, because it was one intense week, right?
And probably for the realtors as well. Like, it
100%.
must be hard to represent someone, like giving a recommendation. Hey, this house is about to sell $50,000 above asking. You should submit at that price. It must be very hard to recommend.
Yeah. And I remember at the beginning. So basically, because if a house would 500, for example, and then you look comparable to 500, then it would go up at 515. And we're like, what the? It doesn't make sense. But now it resets the market because now there's a comparable at 515. So the next one across the street is going to sell. Oh, the last one sold for 515. So that's a new price. And then 530, 560, 650,
It just
7.
keeps compounding.
It kept on going for like 2 years straight nonstop.
And now being balanced, as it suggests, it's just balanced. You're able to guide clients clearly. There's a good amount of inventory, so you're able to take a look at many comparable places before submitting an offer on the right place for the clients if you're dealing with a buyer. And if you're a seller, well, it's still balanced for you as well. You got a decent pool of buyers out there. The interest rates are reasonable where they're at.
They're back normal. They're back
Quite
normal.
a bit of buyers on the market at the moment. Some houses are selling above asking.
Yeah.
Some houses are spending a bit more time on market, of course, if sellers were a bit too ambitious or too much work to be done. But it's an overall great market to be working in.
Well, we looked at it, right? Like on Tuesday, 21% of homes are going over asking right now. It's a high amount, right?
Yes.
It hasn't been like that. Like it was like that during the peak times. But if we look at the past 10 years, it hasn't been much like that. Like this is still very high.
Yeah.
But some homes are not selling because it's not COVID times again. So basically, you can't just rely on, oh, my home's going to sell because eventually there's a buyer for it. Not anymore, right? It still has to make sense. It has to be priced properly, has to be staged properly. So you have to do your homework. You can't just list. You have to clean, declutter, paint if you need to, change a couple things, move this here, move this there, spend the time on the listing properly,
Exactly.
then market it properly, right? It's a combination of three things. They still have to be done. But if you do these three things, you will sell quick.
Yes.
Guaranteed, because there's a market for every home that is done properly.
That's it. Exactly. And it gives us the opportunity to give a full service, a full detailed service. They get the full experience. And for the buyers, there's a lot of options out there. And it's just an overall great experience for pretty much everyone in the market at the moment.
Yeah, I don't remember being in the market like this. Like, I enjoy it.
Really?
Right? It was either very hard. Like, when I started 2014, we were at 10,000 homes on the market. I remember we hit 10,000. And everybody was like, what? Like, it was a lot of homes.
Yeah.
When you have 10,000 homes on market, but there's like, at the time, it was like 14,000 a year that would sell. So you almost have a year's worth of inventory right now. So it was tough, even for realtors, because buyers were picky with an obvious reason.
Yes.
If the perfect home wasn't there, doesn't matter. It's going to pop up
There's
soon.
going to be another one,
right?
yeah.
So we're seeing homes after homes. Like, it was 20, 30 showings, and then we're finally putting in an offer. And the listing, you'd sign it for 6 months because it took that long to sell.
Wow.
Yeah. So, no.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the different, where the market's going to take us. Like, it's so fun to be at the forefront of the economy and feeling impacts on the market. Like, it's fun. And you always need to adapt. So it keeps it like entertaining as a job as well. So just one more question on today's market. What strategies would you recommend to someone that's looking to invest or profit off or build wealth on real estate, with real estate?
Well, so you have to ask your question, a big question first. Do you want to invest in something that's long-term or short-term, right? Do you want to have a nice cash flow that comes with it, or you want a property that will appreciate more? Right? So because you're going to invest in different areas and different types of properties, right? Like, if you want a property that cash flows a lot, it's great, but most likely you're going to have something that's more run down, right? If you want, so you have cash flow to do more things. But I have some investors that they're going to go with something that is, that they're negative cash flow. So basically every month they still have to fork out some money.
That's it.
However,
they're betting on the appreciation of
exactly
that asset.
because they're in a prime spot.
That's it.
Right? Like, you're buying a fourplex with low rent in it, so you're not cash flowing because these people have been there for a long time. However, you know that in 3, 4, 5 years, somebody's gonna buy that for land, right? And then they're gonna put it down, and you paid $600,000 for it, but they're going to give you 1.2 now because the land at that time is going to be worth that much money.
Exactly.
Right? So it's just, you have to decide what you want. But in a balanced market like we are today, the opportunities are there either way. And the municipalities, it's still slow, but they want the investment. They want people to come in and try to do these projects. They're pushing it, right? Yes. From the municipal, the provincial government too. Like, they're imposing it on municipalities. They have to come up with plans. So, like, it's still slow, like I said, but it will happen. So if you have the right plan, anybody can invest.
Yeah. So we had the discussion, me and Mike Tarnowski, the mayor of the Russell Township. We had that last month there, and that's what he was saying. We were currently in a very big growth phase, and part of it is almost imposed that they must expand it, which he said it's a double-sided dagger because he wants to keep the small town feel as well of Embrun and Russell, which we also have in Limoges.
Yeah.
And
that's the biggest Limoges problem, right? Everybody wants a small town feel.
That's it.
But they also want the commercial.
That's why us from the north, we were there.
Yeah, well, that's it, right?
That's why
like,
we connect with that place.
Correct.
I couldn't live in Canada personally.
No.
I mean, it's not for me.
Yes, and nothing wrong against Canada. It's a good neighborhood. There's everything there you want.
Yeah.
But I want my land. I want my trees. I want my,
Yes.
like I have chickens now.
That's it.
Can't have that in Canada.
Exactly.
Right? So
Good luck.
it's just, it's a different field. But at the same time, I want to go to the grocery store. I'm missing something at 8 p.m. one night. I'm trying to do something with my wife.
Yeah. Try to find something that's
It's not
open.
happening, right? So there are some clear
There's some
disadvantages.
downsides for sure. Downsides for sure, but overall, it's amazing to be able to live in the East like that. I really
agreed.
like it down there. Great opportunities too, actually. So let's move on to the signature question of the podcast. I had a
Okay.
chance to ask it to you when you came on with Noah on the podcast.
Okay, it's good I don't remember. So
Let's
maybe,
go at it again.
Let's
Yeah,
see if
will
I have
it
the
be
same answer.
Yeah. So, Cedric, what is your most prized asset?
Oh yes, I remember. But I think I replied with a question, which I know people because I always reply to questions. But like, what type of asset are we talking about?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
There's some people that interpret it differently. Like last month, we had Mike Tarnowski, and he said my family at first, but then started laughing and said, I did also have a Corvette that I really liked.
right.
So you can
I like my
interpret it
truck,
how
yeah.
you want.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, I'll answer twice. Right. I have to say family at first because it's actually true. Like, you know me, I enjoy going back home. I enjoy spending time with the family, doing the activities. I like working in my yard with them. Like seeing them with the chickens, like seeing Emma right now with them. Even Xavier, he's 1 year. He just turned 1, and he's like, all excited.
Yeah.
Right? Like this for me grounds me. It brings me back to like it gives me a reason to go to work. It gives me a reason to be productive at work, right? Because if I'm wasting my time in the office scrolling on something or watching the news, why am I sitting there? Might as well go enjoy my family. So if I'm there, I'm working. So
Yes.
I think it's even helping me with everything that I do.
Family brings so much meaning.
Yes.
I want to have children.
Yeah, and do it. Yeah. You're the type of person that's going to thrive with a family too. But if we're talking about physical assets, I have a big lot in Calabogie, in the area. I have 200 acres of land on a lake. Right.
Yes.
And overpaid for it 3 years ago. I knew that I overpaid. I knew, but I pretty much secured it. I just wanted that
It was the
future
perfect
cottage
spot.
for the family. We're on a lake. The whole lot is surrounded by, it's 200 acres surrounded by Crown land on a lake that is surrounded by Crown land. Good fishing lake, good hunting, good everything. It's long enough that I can land with my airplane on the lake.
Wow.
Which I don't even have a license
Yeah.
or a pilot
Yeah.
license for
Yeah.
yet. Exactly. But if we're talking about future dreams, all my future dreams could happen there.
Yeah.
So
That's beautiful.
yeah, so it's a pretty cool spot. Yeah.
You'll have to take me.
You've never been. That's
I'll
true.
have to come see it.
But we'll have to do like some type of I don't know, mastermind event there of some sort.
Yeah.
Maybe in the fall. Or
That
something
would
like
be
that.
amazing.
Yeah,
That would really be amazing.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well, Cedric, thank you very much for coming on to the Asset Ambitions podcast. I'm sure this won't be the last one.
No. Okay. Yeah. Just let me know. I'll be back
All right. Well, thank you for coming.
anytime.
Cheers.